We, for instance, can work with partners in the for-profit and the industry sector much more easily as an NGO than the World Health Organization or ICRC or some of the big, connected organizations. So for us, opportunity. In fact, I see opportunity in everything.
Hello from World Physiotherapy Congress 2025 in Tokyo. I'm directly broadcasting from the city center in Ginza, and I have Michel Landry, the president of World Physio, here with me. Hi, Michel.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah. Thanks for covering this event. Really appreciate it.
Michel, you've been elected 2 years ago, so how many bonus miles did you gain on your mileage account?
Probably too many. Probably too many, especially because I live in the United States. I'm Canadian, live in the U.S., so we're traveling quite a bit. But what we do is we're very intentional about it. And what we're trying to do is, when we do travel, it's for a purpose. And it's really to elevate physiotherapists in countries that might not otherwise have a whole lot of sort of network ability. Because what we believe is this concept of, and just to quote somebody called Scott Galloway, who's a professor at the NYU School of Business, greatness is in the agency of others, meaning that individually as physiotherapists or anyone in a community, we can have our own successes, but what's important is that we as a global community have success. It's the communal efforts that is important for us.
So you are a professor in the US, and so what do you think? How is the shutdown of USAID and the behavior of the US administration affecting physiotherapy worldwide?
Yeah, well, here's what I think is the effect, not just USAID, but other sort of global institutions. I mean, let's face it, we live now in a post-pandemic ecosystem of austerity. We have a lot of hyperinflation around the world, often self-induced, because during the pandemic we printed money and choked the supply chain. So the usual outcome is quite a bit of hyperinflation. So you're quite right that, for instance, USAID funded most of what's called Rehab 2030 at WHO. It's had a big impact, a reduction. Now, we at World Physiotherapy, we think this is our opportunity because we are one of the largest rehabilitation global organizations, and so we're going to get more involved than ever before, and so we feel we can lead more. Here's a specific example. So we, for instance, can work with partners in the for-profit and the industry sector much more easily as an NGO than the World Health Organization or ICRC or some of the big, connected organizations. So for us, opportunity. In fact, I see opportunity in everything.
Okay, so what will be your big goals for the next 2 years until we see us again in Guadalajara?
Yeah, well, I hope to see you in Guadalajara, in Mexico, which is our next conference, our global conference. Actually, it'll be also our annual general meeting will happen, where we will make a lot of decisions. So as we head towards Guadalajara, we will be reviewing and looking at our constitution. And there are a few areas, like all organizations, that don't seem to match up like they should. So we'll be proposing a lot of change. At a global level, though, what we're really doing next year, so this year is 2025, next year is 2026. It marks the 75th anniversary of World Physiotherapy. So we're going to celebrate. We are going to recognize the past, but we will draw a line in the sand. That will be the past, and we were moving into the future. We're moving into an AI-infused ecosystem where technology will be replacing many, not just physios, but everyone. So we're not that we're worried, we're taking it as an opportunity to create the future. The best way to predict the future is to create it, and in the next 2 years we plan to set the framework to do that. One more thing is that we will be launching something called Physio 2040, which will be a set of indicators of success as a global organization. So we will have a roadmap, a blueprint, if you will, for the next 2 years.
So that sounds pretty like you're running for a next term?
I have. That's a good question. I have no idea. I'm worried about today, and I'm worried about the next 2 years.
Okay. Thank you, Michel Landry, President of World Physio. And
it.
see you and bye-bye.
Bye.